I'm a machine controller working for Cliche on the Balfour Beatty project at Blackfriars. Cliche do all sorts of rail engineering, rail projects, mainly subcontracting, or in some cases principal contractors. Machine controller is there to instruct the machine, basically just to keep a safe distance around the machine, to brief the machine driver on what we're doing. If there's things need lifting, strap them up, get them moved, and basically just to keep everyone around that machine safe. Arrived on site, I was signed in, went down to get to my machine. I wasn't correctly briefed by anyone on site for what I was doing. Got told that a certain area of the platform had to be cleared for scaffolding to be erected for roof works. When I got down to that area of the platform, there was a pallet full of paving slabs, which were reasonably heavy. Once I looked, there was one leaning up the side of the pallet, so in my mind the logical thing to do was just to put that one on the top, strap it up and lift the whole pallet at once and then carry on clearing the rest of it. Obviously wanted to get something done. Bent down to pick up the paving slab that was lent up the side. I had been trained in manual handling, but nothing site specific. I hadn't been briefed on that specific task. But as I say, wanted to get something done. As I picked it up, felt a really painful, sharp shooting down the bottom of the lower back. Dropped the paving slab and managed to grab someone close to me and stumble over to the edge of the platform. I then waited for a nurse who came out and put me on a stretcher, and also waited for paramedics and an ambulance. Spent a night in St Thomas's and then was sent home on medication. Following that, I couldn't move from my bed for 2 weeks. Then a further 2 to 2.5 weeks on crutches, and now 12 to 13 weeks after the accident, I'm slowly easing myself back into work. I just wanted to get the job done. Just wanted to make it look like I've done something and get that area cleared so I could move on to somewhere else. And I should have asked for help. Should have got someone else to give me a hand with it, and maybe it wouldn't have happened. If I could change it, I would have asked specifically what needed moving, what areas needed clearing. So then maybe if I knew them paving slabs had to be moved, for the few hours I was standing around, I could have had someone use the right equipment or a couple of people to move that, so it would have prevented me having the accident at the end of the day. I was aware of the golden rules on the Balfour Beatty project, which is be fit for work, always receive a brief. I guess the person that briefed me give me a quick brief the day before and just assumed the second day that I'd got it. I know it's also down to me to receive a brief and know what I'm doing. With the benefit of hindsight now, I would definitely challenge a brief and get something a bit more in depth, or at least a bit more specific as to what needed to be moved. One of them things, there's a paving slab there, there's a lot of blokes on site that could have just walked up, picked it up and thrown it on the top. If I could go back and do the same thing again, I definitely would have asked for help. Because obviously with the 8 weeks off, still getting back into work now 12, 13 weeks later, if I'd have asked for help, I'd still be working as much as I was and wouldn't have had any problems whatsoever.
On the 19th of January 2011, a deckhand working on the Sea Rider vessel was assisting with casting off the vessel towing wire. Whilst doing so, he sustained a serious laceration to the left hand. A single strand of wire had broken on the mooring strop and was protruding outwards. This is what cut the deckhand's hand. This accident occurred during an everyday repetitive activity. The activity has been the subject of a risk assessment and training. However, post-accident, a degree of change has been identified and corrected. A requirement for doing this task is the wearing of personal protective equipment. and in particular gloves. However, the grade of the gloves was not adequately specified. The deckhand was not wearing any gloves. The result was a potentially serious hand injury. So what can we learn from both these accidents? Complying with the golden rules will prevent accidents. Every individual has a responsibility to comply with the golden rules. Supervision and management have a responsibility to plan the work and to promote compliance with the golden rules. Making safety personal means carrying out these responsibilities.